everyone, welcome to our channel Knowledge Hub. Friends, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for the latest update. As you know that we are starting with this class, that is the English vocabulary here, and the English vocabulary का class number है आपका 9 है. Already हमने class 8 कर लिया है last class तक. तो first of all, अगर आप हमारे channel first time देख रहे हो या अभी तक आपने हमारे channel को subscribe नहीं किया है, it's a request कि आप हमारे channel को subscribe करो so that हम जो भी वीडियोस डालें वो आपके पास सबसे पहले पहुँचे. सेकेंडली, अगर आपको हमारा वीडियो अच्छा लगे तो प्लीज़ हमारी वीडियो को लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करो सो दैट ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग के पास वीडियो पहुँचे और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग इसका यूटिलाइजेशन भी कर सकें. Now, if you're talking about the English vocabulary, as you know that we had covered up 440th words of vocabulary in English that we had covered up in the last class, that is of class 8. Now we'll start with the 441th word for to enhance your vocabulary and to increase your vocabulary so that you can use those vocabulary in your conversation, communication, to improve your English speaking as well. So here are the new words there. 441th word and the first word for the session as well. The word is appeasement. Appeasement is a word that is used as noun here, and the meaning of appeasement is the action or a process of appeasing. Appeasement का मतलब होता है एक action या फिर एक process appeasing का, that is known as appeasement. इसको हिंदी में कहते हैं तुष्टिकरण मनोहर. So basically that appeasement is directly you can say that it stands for tuštikaran. Now moving on with the synonyms of appeasement here. The synonyms of appeasement that we have here is conciliation, propitiation, accession, and accommodation. These were the 4 words, that is the synonyms of appeasement that we have here. Antonyms of appeasement we have provocation, aggregation, irritation, and rousing. These were the 4 words that we have as antonyms of appeasement here. Now moving on with the examples of appeasement that we have to discuss. As you can see here that the examples of appeasement that you can use here. Music is an appeasement to the shattered nerves. Shattered nerves के लिए music जो है एक appeasement है, एक तुष्टिकरण है. The trick to learn the word appeasement with their meaning we have here. Please someone is appeasement. Please someone is appeasement, that you can learn these word by these tricks, that you can understood all these tricks and you can learn all these words in an easy way so that you can learn those words with their meaning and you can use those words in your vocabulary as I told you, and you can use those words in your communication conversations to improve your English speaking. Now the next word is your 442. The word is essence. The word is essence. The essence is used as noun here, and the meaning of essence is the intrinsic nature and indispensable quality of something, especially something abstract that determine its character, that is मर्म या मूल तत्व जिसे हम कहते हैं. तो एसेंस जो है वो आपका इंट्रिंसिक नेचर है जो कि डिस्पेंसेबल क्वालिटी किसी की बताता है, या ये कह सकते हो आप कि समथिंग दैट इज एब्स्ट्रैक्ट एंड दैट डिटरमाइन इट्स कैरेक्टर. So that is, you can say that for those words that you can say that essence here. Essence in Hindi, that is marm and mool tattva. Now the synonyms of essence that we have to understand and that we have to learn it, and the synonyms of essence is quintessence, crux, nub, kernel, marrow, and gist. These were the synonyms of essence here. Now discussing about antonyms of essence is detail. The examples of essence where you can use these words is self-trust is the essence of heroism. Self-trust is that the essence of heroism is an example where you can use these words in the form of forming a sentences. Then you can use these words here. Now if I'm talking about the trick to learn the word essence here, the trick of essence is sense of humor. Essence है human का. तो basically sense of humor essence है human का. This is the trick to learn this word. Now moving on with the next word that we have your 443th word, and that is also too important. The word is 443, that is vicious. Vicious is a word that is used as adjective, and the vicious meaning is serious or dangerous, cruel, जिसे कहते हैं सीरियस हो या फिर डेंजर हो या क्रूअल हो, that is you can use the word vicious there, and that is used as adjective. As you know, the meaning of vicious in Hindi is खतरनाक या फिर संजीदा. Okay, that is seriousness. The synonyms of vicious we have here is spiteful, venomous, nasty, hurtful, malicious. These were the synonyms of vicious here. Antonyms of vicious we have kind, gentle, humane, benign. Now we are talking about the example of vicious that we are dealing with. He had vicious side to his nature. Basically he has vicious sides to his nature. उसका एक serious side भी है nature का, या उसका एक खतरनाक side भी है nature का, that you can say, and then you can use the word vicious there. Now the trick to learn the word vicious here is venom इनका vicious है, venom इनका vicious है. This is the trick to learn the word vicious here. They're talking about the 444th word, that is prolix. Prolix is a word that is used as adjective here, and the meaning of prolix is of speech or writing using or containing too many words, that is tediously lengthy, जिसे हम अति विस्तृत बोलते हैं, that is too lengthy, there are too many words in a speech or writing, then you can use the word prolix there. And prolix is determined as in Hindi, that is अति विस्तृत. Now talking about the synonyms of prolix here is, the synonyms of prolix is verbose, protracted, interminable, and pleonastic. These were the synonyms of prolix here. Now moving on with the next one, that we have antonyms of prolix is, that antonym is concise, terse, succinct, compact, laconic, and curt. These were the antonyms of the word prolix here. The example of prolix that you can say is, the author's prolix style has done nothing to encourage sales of the book. तो जो ऑथर का जो प्रोलेक्स, जो एक लेंदी स्टाइल है लिखने का, उसने कुछ भी इनकरेज नहीं किया सेल, बुक की सेल के लिए. So that you can use the word prolix there. And the word prolix, the trick that you can do so, and then you can learn those trick is, the trick is protest में prolix कम में लेते हैं. तो basically protest में prolix काम में लेते हैं. अब जब प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे होते हैं तो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लेंदी स्पीचेस, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लेंदी रिटन मैथड, या फिर ऐसे जिसमें बहुत ज़्यादा वर्ड्स हो, बहुत ज़्यादा लेंदी हो, दैट यू कैन यूज़ इन द प्रोटेस्ट, सो दैट you can determine the learn the word prolix there. Now moving on with the next word that we have here, 445, that we have to discuss is. Now the next word is 445, promptly. Promptly is a word that it's used as an adverb here, and the meaning of promptly is with little or no delay. थोड़ा सा या डिले ना हो, immediately जिसे कहते हैं, बिल्कुल फौरन हो जाए, promptly हो जाए. And Hindi promptly meaning is यथासमय या तुरंत. तो basically that is in your promptly meaning is, and the synonyms of promptly is punctually, swiftly, immediately, ASAP, forthwith. Now the antonyms of promptly that we have to discuss here is late, slowly, tardily. Now the examples of promptly that we have to discuss is, he paid the money back promptly. Basically he paid the money back promptly, उसने तुरंत ही मनी को वापस कर दिया. Now the trick to learn the word promptly here is, प्रॉमिस प्रॉम्प्टली पूरा करना चाहिए. अगर आप प्रॉमिस कर रहे हो तो प्रॉमिस आपका तुरंत ही पूरा करना चाहिए. दैट यू कैन यूज द वर्ड प्रॉमिस, प्रॉम्प्टली पूरा करना चाहिए. सो हियर दिस इज द ट्रिक टू लर्न द वर्ड प्रॉम्प्टली इट इज. नाउ डिस्कसिंग द नेक्स्ट वर्ड दैट वी हैव योर 446, and the word is culminate. Culminate is a word that is used as verb here, and the meaning of culminate is reach a climax or a point of highest development. किसी भी चीज़ के climax पे पहुंचना या फिर एक highest development पे पहुंचना, that is the word you can use the culminate here. The meaning of culminate we have is समापन, पराकाष्ठा. The synonyms of culminate, as you can see here, the synonyms of culminate, peak, climax, conclude, terminate, wind up. These were the synonyms of culminate here. The antonyms of culminate is commence, begin, petter out, develop. Now the examples of culminate is their summer tour will culminate at the spectacular concert in London here. Okay, so this is the example. The culminators, उनकी जो summer tour है वो आपका end हो जाएगा, okay, समापन हो जाएगा उसका एक spectacular concert जो लंदन में है. The trick to learn the word culminate with their meaning is कल का काम आज culminate कर लिया. तो कल का जो काम था वो आज हमने खत्म कर लिया, समापन कर लिया. Then you can use the word culminate there and you can learn those words in the way that we had discussed here. Now moving on with the next one, that we have a 447th word that we have. Now the next word is 447, that is overriding. Overriding is a word that is used as adjective here, and the meaning of overriding is more important than any other consideration. बहुत ही important किसी और other consideration से ज़्यादा. Overriding is सबसे महत्वपूर्ण जिसे कहते हैं. तो in Hindi you can say that overriding is belongs to the सबसे महत्वपूर्ण. Now the synonyms of overriding is here the prime, cardinal, preponderant, paramount, supreme, overruling. This is the synonyms of overriding here. The antonyms of overriding is insignificant, trivial, minor, petty. Now the examples of overriding here. The government's overriding concern is to reduce inflation. Trick of overriding here is Bumrah overriding hai. Now 448th word that we have here is soar. Soar is a word that is used as verb here, and the meaning of soar is increase rapidly above the usual level. एक आप rapidly एक usual level से ऊपर जब बढ़ जाता है, then you can use the word soar there, that is used as verb, and the meaning of soar in Hindi is बहुत वृद्धि होना, बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाना. Synonyms of soar is escalate, skyrocket, ascena, shoot up, and zoom. These were the synonyms of soar here. Antonyms of soar is fall, plummet, slum, nerdive, and plunge. Now the examples of soar here is air pollution will soon soar above safety levels. तो air pollution जो है वो अब जल्दी ही बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाएगा एक safety level के ऊपर. Now the trick to learn the word soar here is sunlight से दिन में temperature soar हो जाता है. इसका मतलब है कि sunlight से दिन में temperature जो है वो बहुत बढ़ जाता है. Now moving on with the next word that we have here, 449th word that we have to discuss, and the word we have is, here is the new word that is your 449 word, and the word is requisite. Requisite is a word that is used as adjective here. The meaning of requisite is made necessary by particular circumstances or regulation. तो कोई भी चीज़ जो necessary आपके लिए particular circumstances के लिए बन रही हो या regulation के लिए बन रही हो, then you can use the word requisite there. And the requisite in Hindi, that is अपेक्षित या आवश्यक होना. Now the synonyms of requisite we have essential, vital, precondition, needful, indispensable. Now the antonyms of requisite is unnecessary, optimal, optional, needless, dispensable. These were the antonyms of requisite here, and these were the synonyms of requisite. Now talking about the examples of requisite is he lacked the requisite skill for the job. उसके पास जो आवश्यकता skills थी उसकी lack थी इस job के लिए. Trick to learn this word requisite here is Wi-Fi study की साइट requisite है. तो इसके हिसाब से अगर मैं बात करती हूँ as of telling कि अगर मैं अपने बात की बात करती हूँ तो it is all about कि knowledge hub की site requisite है. So that was it totally. You can say that the word you can use is requisite there. Now Moving on with the next word that we have, a 450th word, and that is comrade. Comrade is a word that is used as noun here, and the meaning of comrade is a companion who shares one's activity or in a fellow member of an organization, and the comrade meaning is a sathi ya mitra. Synonyms of comrade is companion, workmate, ally, that is confederate, pal, crony, chum, oppo. These were the synonyms of comrade. Antonyms of comrade is a foe, rival, antagonistic, adversary, nemesis, archenemy. Examples of comrade, the word we have is he rushed to help his comrade. The trick to land the word comrade here is राइड करते हैं कॉमरेड के साथ, राइड करते हैं फ्रेंड के साथ, साथी के साथ, मित्र के साथ, so that राइड करते हैं कॉमरेड के साथ. You can learn those words by this tricks also. Now moving on with the next word that we have here, 451th word that we have. The next word is 451th word, that is buttress. Buttress is a word that is used as verb here. And the meaning of buttress is increase the strength of or justification for. Increase the strength of or justification for, that is shakti badhana, that is the buttress here. Now the synonyms of buttress is strengthened, fortify, underpin, comment, brace, reinforce. These were the synonyms of buttress here. The antonyms of buttress is undermine, weaken, undercent, impair. Now the examples of buttress here is you need more facts to buttress up your argument. The trick to learn the word buttress is butter खाने से buttress हो जाता है. Now moving on with the next word that we have here is your 452th word, and the word is esoteric. Esoteric is a word that is used as adjective here, and the word meaning is intended for likely to be understood by only a small number of people within a specialized knowledge or interest. Basically historic is that word that is intended to to understand a small number of people, कम लोगों को समझना, या फिर एक स्पेशलाइज्ड नॉलेज होना या स्पेशलाइज्ड इंटरेस्ट होना, जिसे हम कहते हैं मूड या फिर गुप्त. Synonyms of historic here is arcane, abstruse, obscure, ricere, recondite, cryptic, delphic, enigmatic. Now the synonyms of asterisk is exoteric, familiar, superficial, shallow. The examples of asterisk here is some words are really too esoteric for his dictionary. Now the trick to learn this word is we have इसरो के पास बहुत सारी एस्टोरिक पड़ी है. तो बेसिकली या फिर कह सकते हैं एस्ट्रो के पास बहुत सारे एस्टोरिक facts हैं. तो this is the example, this is the tricks that you can use this word. So trick that I had given you here for those word, that you can learn those word by their meaning, so that it can improve your vocabulary, and even though you can learn those words with their meaning and to enhance your vocabulary as well. So now moving on with the next word that we have here, 453 word that we have is wangle. The word is 453, that the word is wangle here. Wangle is a word that is used as verb here, and the meaning of wangle is obtain something that is desired by persuading other to complete or by manipulating events. जिसे हम हिंदी में कहते हैं वांगल का मतलब अपना काम निकालना या ठगना जिसे कहते हैं. That is the word that you can use as a wangle here. Wangle is used as a verb, and wangle in Hindi, that is अपना काम निकालना या ठगना. Synonyms of wangle that we have is finagle, manipulate, orchestrate, contrive, machinate. Now the antonyms of wangle is muff, mishandle, fumble. Now the examples of wangle is we managed to wangle a few day leave. Now the trick of wangle we have is अपना एंगल दिखा के वांगल करते हैं, अपना एंगल दिखा के अपना ठग लेते हैं या अपना काम निकलवा लेते हैं. That you can use the word here. wangle. Now the next word is your 454th word, that is stipulation. Stipulation is a word that is used as noun here, and the meaning of stipulation that we have is a condition or requirement that is specified or demanded as part of an agreement. एक agreement का एक condition या एक requirement specified है, कोई डिमांड जब आप कर रहे होते हैं पार्ट ऑफ अग्रीमेंट के लिए, जिसे हम कहते हैं शर्त रखना, तो शर्त के लिए यू कैन यूज द वर्ड स्टिपुलेशन देयर. Now the synonyms of stipulation is precondition, proviso, prerequisite, rider and that caveat. This आप पहले ही से ही शर्त रख लेते हो कोई भी काम के लिए for specified demand. The examples of stipulation is the only stipulation the building society make is that the house must be insured. जब आप ये जो आप stipulation रख ले, शर्त रख लेते हो building society के लिए कि जब घर मिलेगा या बनेगा, that is for ensure, then we can use these words for those sentences, and even though you can also use these words for your sentences that like the meaning of stipulation as you used here. Now the trick to learn the word stipulation is stupid लोगों की stipulations मत मानो. तो stupid लोग जो होते हैं उनकी शर्त कभी नहीं मानना चाहिए. This is the fact and that I think you all know. Now moving on with the next one that we have your 455 word that we have to discuss here is next word is 455, that is inflate. Inflate is a word that is used as verb here, and the meaning of inflate is increase something by a large or excessive amount. कोई भी चीज़ increase होना एक large end तक या excessive amount में, या फिर जैसे हम कहते हैं इजाफा होना, कुछ चीज़ बढ़ जाना, कोई चीज़ increase होना, तो that is your inflate here. Now inflate, the synonyms of inflate we have is escalate, boost, drive up, raise, amplify. These were the words of synonyms that is of a word inflate here. Antonyms of inflate is decrease, diminish, dwindle, abate. Now the examples of inflate is the promotion of a big release can inflate a film final cost. The trick of inflate to learn the word inflation में money inflate हो जाते हैं. Now the next word that we have here is illicit. Illicit is a word that is used as adjective here, and the meaning of illicit is forbidden by law, rules and custom, जिसे हम कहते हैं अवैध होना. Forbidden by law or rules or the custom, that is अवैध होना. Synonyms of illicit is illegal, illegitimate, forbidden, felonious, contraband, verboten, taboo, bootleg. These were the synonyms of illicit. Now talking about the antonyms of illicit here is, that is statutory, licit, legal, legitimate, authorized, legitimate, allowable. Now the trick to learn the word illicit here is illegal चीज़ illicit होती है. कोई भी चीज़ illegal है तो वो आपका illicit होती हैं, that is अवैध होती हैं. Now the word of example using the word illicit here is the illicit drug industry has an. तो basically यहाँ पे बहुत सारे illicit drugs industry हैं. Now moving on with the next word that we have here, 457th word that we have to discuss. But before that I was just telling you, as I told you before also, write all the words with their meaning so that you can improve your English. You can use those words as vocabulary to enhance your English, and of course that you have to use those words in your conversation as well as communication, as I told you many times. This is too important. Now moving on with the next one that we have 457th word. Now the next word is 457th word, and the word is candidly. Candidly is a word that is used as adverb here, and the meaning of candidly we have is in ऑनेस्ट एंड स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड, एक ऑनेस्ट मैनर में, एक स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड मैनर वे में कैंडिडली दैट यू कैन यूज एंड फ्रैंकली जिसे कहते हैं हम. ओके, सो कैंडिडली यू कैन यूज इन एन ऑनेस्ट एंड अ स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड वे फ्रैंकली. कैंडिडली का अगर हिंदी में मतलब देखते हैं देन वी हैव अ खुलकर, स्पष्ट रूप से. दिस इज द ट्रू मीनिंग ऑफ कैंडिडली, दैट खुलकर या स्पष्ट रूप से, देन यू कैन यूज द वर्ड कैंडिडली देयर. Now talking about the synonyms of candidly that we have here is bluntly, outspokenly, unequivocally, sincerely, and unreservedly. These were the 5 synonyms of candidly that we are using here. Now talking about the antonyms of candidly, we have guardedly, cagify, wearily, gingerly. These were the 4 antonyms of candidly that we have. Now the examples of candidly that where we can use this word candidly here is she candidly admitted her mistake. तो उसने अपना स्पष्ट रूप से, उसने खुलकर अपनी मिस्टेक को एक्सेप्ट किया, admit किया. That you can use the word as an example, that you can use the sentences by framing these type of sentences by using these words. Now the trick to learn this word that candidly we have here, कैंडिडेट को इंटरव्यू कैंडिडली देना चाहिए. तो कैंडिडेट को इंटरव्यू कैंडिडली देना चाहिए, इसका मतलब है कि कैंडिडेट को इंटरव्यू खुलकर देना चाहिए, कैंडिडेट को इंटरव्यू स्पष्ट रूप से देना चाहिए. दैट व्हाट डज इट मीन. Now if I'm talking about the next word that we have here, 458th word, the word is evade here. Evade is a word that is used as verb, and the meaning of evade we have escape or avoid someone or something. कोई चीज़ escape करना या कोई चीज़ को avoid करना, फिर चाहे वो कोई चीज़ हो या किसी कोई person हो, स्पेशली बाय गायल और ट्रिकरिंग, जिसे कहते हैं टालना, बच लेना. तो ठीक है, तो टाल के बच लेना या टालना या बच लेना किसी चीज़ से. स्केप पेइंग दैट इज टैक्स और ड्यूटी, चाहे आप टैक्स नहीं पे कर रहे हो या फिर अपनी ड्यूटी को अच्छे से तरह से नहीं कर रहे हो, देन ऑल्सो यू कैन यूज दोज वर्ड्स एज एवेड हियर. स्पेशली बाय इलेजिटिमेट प्रेजेंटेशंस ऑफ वंस फाइनेंसेस. फाइनेंसेस वो एक किसी के फाइनेंसेस के बेसिस पे आप अगर इलेजिटिमेट प्रेजेंटेशंस दे रहे हो, then of course yes, that you can use the word evade there, which is used as verb here. Now talking about the synonyms of evade here, synonyms of evade is elude, dodge, sidestep, duck, hedge, and parry. These were the 5 to 6 synonyms of evade here. The antonyms of evade is confront, that is encounter, face, take it on. So these were the antonyms of evade here. Now the examples of evade is if you try to evade paying your taxes you risk going to prison. अगर आप अपने टैक्स को पे करने से बच रहे हैं तो आप फिर पक्का है कि आप अपने आप को रिस्क में डाल रहे हैं कि आप जेल में जाएंगे. तो दिस इज द सेंटेंस दैट इज फ्रेम बाय द evade. So if you try to evade paying your taxes, अगर आप बच रहे हैं अपने टैक्स को पे करने से, you risk going to prison, आप रिस्क ले रहे हो कि आप जेल में जाओगे. The trick for the evade to learn is invade करना, evade करना एक ही बात है. तो invade करना and evade करना दोनों एक ही बात है. This is the trick to learn the word evade here. So these were the words that are important. Now moving on with the next one that we have, your 459th word, which we have to discuss. The word is 459 word, and the word is repeal. Repeal is a word that is used as verb here, and the meaning of repeal is revoke or annul. Revoke and annul is a law or act of parliament. एक law या एक act जो कि parliament के through होता है, that is repeal, जिसे हम कहते हैं हिंदी में निरसन, निरस्त करना. That is repeal, it means निरस्त करना. The synonyms of repeal here is revoke, resigned, annul, quash, abrogate. These were the synonyms of reveal here. Now moving on with the antonyms of reveal that we have to discuss here. Enact, validate, approve, sanction. These were the antonyms of repeal. Examples of repeal that we have here is he plans to repeal a number of current policy. तो उसने प्लान किया कि बहुत सारी पॉलिसीज को वो निरस्त करेंगे. Okay, so these were the examples where you can use these words while talking about the trick to learn the repeal word. इस अपील को रिपील किया, एक अपील की उसको उन्होंने कैंसिल आउट कर दिया, निरस्त कर दिया, तो देन इस अपील को रिपील किया. दैट इज द ट्रिक टू लर्न द वर्ड रिपील विद द मीनिंग. Now talking about the next word that we have here, 460th word, and the word is hauteur. Hauteur is a word that is used as noun. The meaning of hauteur is haughtiness of manner, disdainful pride, जिसे हम कहते हैं अभिमान, अहंकार. Hauteur is related to abhiman or ahankar. The synonyms of hauteur that we have here is superciliousness, arrogance, conceit, snobbery, hubris, plum. These were the synonyms of hauteur here. The antonyms of hauteur is humility, modesty, weakness, shyness, and demureness. The examples of hauteur is she made matter worse by her hauteur in court. This is the framing sentences where you can use these words and you can improve those words by using these words, and you can frame those sentences as well. Now the trick to learn this word is haughty और hauteur एक ही बात है. तो haughty और hauteur एक ही बात है. अभिमान और अहंकार दोनों एक ही बात है. This is the word that you can use, the trick that you can use the word by their meaning, so you can utilize those words in your vocabulary as well as you can use those words in your conversation. Even though in your conversation, among that conversation, you can use those words in your communication to improve your English speaking. Now moving on with the next word that we have with reference to 461th word. The next word is 461th word, and that word is chastisement. Chastisement is a word that is used as noun, and the meaning of chastisement is punishment inflicted. Punishment, and that is inflicted someone or vengeance for a wrong or a criminal act. That is chastisement. In Hindi, chastisement is denoted by अनुशासनात्मक सजा जिसे कहते हैं. That is a punishment inflicted on someone's on vigilance for the wrong criminal act. The synonyms of chastisement is there: castigation, retribution, nemesis, reprimand, and rebuke. These were the synonyms of chastisement here. The antonyms of chastisement is forgiveness, remission, absolution, pardon, amnesty, and acquittal. These were the words of antonyms having a chastisement word. Now talking about the examples of chastisement here, we should inflict severe chastisement on criminals. Now the trick to learn the word chastisement here is punishment और chastisement एक ही बात है. तो punishment या फिर chastisement अगर आप बात करते हैं दोनों एक ही बात है, तो instead of using the word punishment you can use the word chastisement there. Now talking about the next word that we have, a 462th word, and the word is coveted. Coveted is a word that is used as adjective here, and the meaning of coveted is greatly desired or envied. So basically greatly desired or envied, that is vanchit hona. Synonyms of coveted is longed for, sought after, wanted, wished for. These were the synonyms of coveted here. The antonyms of coveted is scorned, despised, detested, and hated. The examples of coveted here is they are this year's winners of the Costed Trophy. Coveted trophy. The trick to learn this word is veto power के लिए सब coveted है. तो veto power के लिए सब coveted है, veto power के लिए सब वंचित है. This is the word that you can use by the trick as well as you can improve the English as well. Now moving on with the next one that we have, your 463th word that we have. Now, as you can say that a 463rd word we have is shear. Shear is a word that is used as verb here, and the shear is shorn is also the word that is in the past form. So in the past form, if you are using the word that is shorn, and if you are using in the present one, then you can use the word shear here, which is used as verb here. Now the meaning of shear is something कट ऑफ, कोई चीज़ कट ऑफ हो जाना, वंचित करना जिसे कहते हैं. सो शेयर इज डायरेक्टली मीन दैट हैव समथिंग दैट कट ऑफ, दैट इज वंचित करना, किसी चीज़ से आप वंचित कर देते हो किसी को, देन यू कैन यूज द वर्ड हियर. नाउ द सिनोनिम्स ऑफ शेयर इज दैट डिप्राइव, bereave, denude, mutilate. These were the synonyms of shear here. Now the antonyms of shear is indulge, endo, provide. And the examples of a shear is he was shorn of his money. उसको अपने पैसों पे पैसों जो वंचित करना होता है ना, पैसों से वंचित कर दिया तो अपने मनी के लिए. The trick to learn the word shorn here and the share here, the bad son को प्रॉपर्टी शेयर से शेयर करो. तो बेसिकली बैड जो आपका गलत लड़का है या फिर गंदा लड़का है, उसको अपनी प्रॉपर्टी से दूर करो, वंचित करो. दिस यू कैन यूज द वर्ड हियर. Now talking about the next one, that is your 464th word, and the word is corroboration. Corroboration is a word that is used as noun, and the meaning of the corroboration is that we have as evidence which confirms or support a statement, theory और फाइंडिंग कंफर्मेशन. ऐसा आपका एविडेंस, ऐसा सबूत जो आपके किसी स्टेटमेंट को सपोर्ट करता है, आपकी किसी थ्योरी को सपोर्ट करता है, कंफर्मेशन देता है, देन यू कैन यूज द वर्ड corroboration there. The corroboration in Hindi, that is santushti. Now talking about the synonyms of corroboration that we have here, the synonyms of corroboration is verification, attestation, ratification, accreditation and authentication. These were the synonyms of corroboration here. The antonyms of corroboration is refutation, contradiction, denial, disprove, rebuttal. These were the antonyms of corroboration. The examples of corroboration that we have is his possessions of the gun is corroboration of the guilt, of his guilt. Now talking about the trick that we can learn with the word that is corroboration here is collaboration करके corroboration करते हैं. तो basically collaboration करके corroboration करते हैं, corroboration करते हैं, and that you can use the word by using the tricks. So that's the reason why I had given you the trick to learn these words, which is of course the toughest, and you can also learn those words in an easy way. So that's the reason why I had made here the trick as well as the synonyms as well as the antonyms with their examples, so that you can learn all these words in an easy way, and you can learn all these words with the synonyms as well as antonyms. Now moving on with the next word that we have here, 465th word. Here is a word that is your 465th word, and the word is overwhelm. Overwhelm is a word that is used as verb here, and the meaning of overwhelm that we have here is depict completely, overpower जिसे कहते हैं depict करना, defeat करना completely, और या फिर overpower करना. That is the word overwhelm here. And the overwhelm in Hindi, that is पराजित करना या फिर अभिभूत करना, तो that is overwhelm here. Now if I'm talking about the synonyms of overwhelm here is, that is trounce, conquer, vanquish, subdue and beat. These were the synonyms of overwhelm here. The antonyms of overwhelm is underwhelm, forfeit, yield, capitulation. And examples of overwhelm here is Napoleon's army was strong enough to overwhelm nearly any potential enemy. The trick to learn the word overwhelm here is एक ओवर से ये ओवरवेल्म हो गए, तो एक ओवर से ये ओवरवेल्म हो गए, इट मीन्स एक ओवर से ये पराजित हो गए. Next, the word we have here is 466th word that we have, and the word is voy. Voy is a word that is used as noun here, and the meaning of voy is great sorrow or distress. Great sorrow feel करना या फिर distress होना. Offensed hyperbolically. This is in Hindi that voy stands for शोक या दुख. That is the considered about the voy. Now the synonyms of boy that we have here is misery, desolation, melancholy, torment, dollar. These were the synonyms of boy is. Antonyms of boy that we have is, that is merriment, gaiety, jollity, glee, delirism, delirium, flaccidity, and beatitude. Examples of why that we have here is, the country has been beset by economy woes for the past deeds. The trick to learn the world boy we have, वो हमेशा बॉय में रहते हैं, तो वो हमेशा शोक में रहते हैं, वो हमेशा दुख में रहते हैं. This is the word that you can use the word boy instead of distress, instead of sorrow. You can use the word boy because this is an English new word in the vocabulary. Now talking about the next word that we have here is 467th word. The next word is 467th word, that is a prescient. Prescient is a word that is used as adjective here, and the meaning of prescient is here as having or showing knowledge of events before they take place. तो किसी कोई भी event के लिए आप knowledge आपके पास हो या फिर आप show करो, तो then you can use the word prescient there, and that is in भविष्य ज्ञानी जिसे कहते हैं, then you can use the word prescient there. Now the synonyms of prescient that we have is prophetic, predictive, visionary, clairvoyant, seer. These were the synonyms of your prescient here. The antonyms of prescient is short-sighted, headless, careless. The examples of prescient we have here is, it was a remarkably prescient vision. ये एक remarkable prescient vision है. Now talking about the trick that we have to learn the word prescient, what their meaning is. priest prescient करते हैं, तो priest prescient करते हैं इसका मतलब है priest जो होते हैं वो भविष्यवाणी करते हैं, भविष्य की ज्ञान उनके पास होता है. Now talking about the next word that we have here is this is your 468th word, that is beset. Beset is a word that is used as verb here, and the meaning of beset that we have is of a problem or difficulty, trouble. जिसे कहते हैं problem या difficulty होना, trouble होना. someone or something persistently, जिसे हिंदी में beset को कहते हैं व्याकुल करना, परेशान करना. This is the word that we have a meaning of beset here. The synonyms of beset is plague, bedevil, beleaguer, bother. The antonyms of beset we have is aid, assist, support, succor. Examples of beset that we have here is, the business has been beset with a financial problem. Trick that we have to learn the word beset with their meaning is, कैरियर से सेट नहीं होता तो जनता beset करती है, तो कैरियर सेट नहीं होता तो जनता परेशान करती है, जनता व्याकुल होती है. That the beset means is all about. Now talking about the next word, that is your 469th word, and that is even though important for you because these were the new words that are enhancing your vocabulary as well. So before starting with that, we will start with the 469th word in the next classes, and hopefully you had enjoyed this video. This is the end of this session as well. Thanks for all those subscribers, those who had subscribed our channel before and make us to be complete the target of 1000. So that thanks for all those subscribers. Please support us so that we can reach till 1 million to 1 billion, and because of you all we can make this possible. Thank you. Hope you enjoy this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and give a suggestion on a comment box. Please like, share and subscribe our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and even though you can also enjoy the video. Thank you.